Listen up, kids. We're going to talk about breadboards today. You'll see my first got a couple here I want to show them with you. This is a one we have in the house. I'd like to throw it out, but my wife likes it. But it's basically made out of plastic. And plastic is good in that it's doesn't get a lot of bacteria in it because it's not very porous, but it's very hard on your knife when you're using it like this. And also when you're cutting on it really heavy, you're putting little pieces of plastic in all your food. So I don't recommend that you use a plastic board, and we pretty much just use these for outside barbecue and that sort of stuff. My next board here is one my brother made for me years ago, and you can see this thing's pretty beat up. It's got chunks out of it. We've used it a lot, breadboard and chop and block and other things like that. These are a little easier on your knives because they give just a little bit with your blade, but you can see this one's made out of walnut and some cherry and maybe even some maple in there. The thing about a breadboard is wood was a living, breathing thing, and it gets dry over time. Now, if I had a nice rag here I could use, that would be great. Thanks, sis. What I've got here, she tells me that I have to do this to be an influencer. So what I've got here is just some regular old mineral oil that you would put on your breadboard. And the simple thing, easy to do, just dump a little bit on your breadboard there. Take your rag and wipe it around on the board to get it, and let it get soaked in there good so that it keeps your board nice and oiled up so that it doesn't get too dry and crack on you. And again, the thing you also want to do is you never, ever, ever, ever want to put a wood breadboard into the dishwasher because it'll just dry it out and it'll ruin it. So let's look at a couple other things. Some of the stuff I've started making here recently. Now this is not a breadboard. This is one of those charcuterie boards, or however you say that. I need to have a lesson on how to say that. But anyway, you put fancy crap on these things. And I put this little laser engraving on there, and then I've got the family name on the other side. So you've got this nice thing here, and that's got some cursive on it. That's a nice feature as well. So you've got, again, you would never cut on this board. The women in my family would shoot me, but we're going to oil this one up for the first time. We're getting ready to give this away as a gift to my daughter-in-law. And again, you just want to put a little bit of oil on them and then rub it in good so that this thing, they stay oiled up and then they don't dry out. And you want to use both sides of the boards in this situation. But again, we just use a regular old mineral oil. I got that off Amazon, I think, for not very expensive. But you'll notice over time, as you work that oil in, your wood will be in a lot better shape than this if you just let it dry out. Now, I made this one this morning for my wife, Grandma's Kitchen. Best cookies ever. My wife makes great cookies. And again, I want to make sure that these things stay oiled up. She's going to use this side to cut on, and of course, we don't want to ever cut on that side. But again, you just keep these things well oiled. And the mineral oil is food safe. You don't have to worry about it. And bamboo is an excellent wood, and it's very antibacterial. Even if you cut meat and stuff on it, just rinse it under the water briefly, and then every so often, when you notice it drying out a little bit, grab some of this here mineral oil and put it right here on your breadboard in this area right here. Hey, thanks for watching today, and